Go ahead. Turn it up. It's the Record Machine Show with your host, Jimmy Howe.
I met her on the street where the waves meet the sand. She didn't know she needed this kind of man. She was looking for a devil. She might have found an angel with a set of horns that make her feel welcome. She's hot enough to send you straight to hell. Maybe that's why they call her Jezebel. The pearly gates and the streets of gold is what I felt when I held her close. But my soul was burned in the third degree. I never even knew when the devil took me. There's a smell in the wind that reminds me of the feeling that you only get when your heart starts bleeding. There ain't nothing cool about that salty breeze. She's the only one that loves the devil in me. She's hot enough to send you straight to hell. Maybe that's why they call her Jezebel. The pearly gates and the streets of gold is what I felt when I held her close. But my soul was burned in the third degree. I never even knew when the devil took me. She got my heart pumping, pumping wide open.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome country recording artist Corey Davis.
This is Corey Davis. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing, Corey?
I'm good.
Where are you calling from today?
I'm in Hammond, Louisiana.
Oh, nice. Is that where you're from? Is that home for you?
Yeah, about 45 minutes north of here is.
Oh, wow. Tell me about your musical background. When did you first get involved in music?
Since I was born.
Wow.
My dad was a music major at Mississippi State, and so he had a pretty strong background in teaching music and playing music. I mean, he could play anything, trumpet to piano, drums, guitar. I mean, he was a very talented guy, wrote music. And then he met my mother, and she was a singer, so they had their own band, and we sang in church, so it's pretty well versed in music.
Very cool. Now, I believe every band or artist is influenced by someone. Who were some of your influences?
Yeah, I tell everybody my dad was my biggest, and then Merle Haggard and Johnny Cash, Opossum, Waylon. So that's pretty much my background. That's what I grew up listening to. And
This podcast is going to feature two of your tracks, When the Devil Took Me and Beer in the Bible. What's the story behind those two songs?
Beer in the Bible, that's really, it's my signature song. It is, a mile high view of me. I wrote it going down the highway one day. We were headed to camp, and I just started typing on my phone. I had that idea hit me, and when we got to the camp, I grabbed my guitar and picked out the melody, and that was that. So, I wrote that song in probably 15 minutes.
Wow, very cool. Now, what about the other tune, When the Devil Took Me?
And, the devil took me. I was just sitting in I've got a little home gym. That's where I go for quiet time and play my guitar and work out. And I was sitting there, and that riff, that you hear at the beginning of the song, I picked that out just messing around. And I said, well, I could write a song to that. And I did. And I wrote it about the first night I met my wife. We met on the beach at Floribama.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the story of that song. It's kind of a spin on it. She's from Louisiana, and the voodoo part of Louisiana. And so anyway, it was a little spin. She's been a great supporter of me in this endeavor, and she goes everywhere I go most of the time, and couldn't do it without her.
Makes life easier, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Now, how do you approach songwriting? What's your creative process like?
I tell everybody I am not one to go sit and brainstorm. It either hits me or it doesn't. I have tried to sit down and write songs, and I've got several that I've tried to just sit and think and put together, but none of those have been completed. It's the ones that come to me in 5 to 20 minutes that are the ones that people want to hear.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I'll do a half a song or something, a melody of the verse,
mm-hmm.
send it to my mother, and she's like, well, that's pretty good, but I think your other stuff is better. So I don't do very well sitting down and brainstorming, trying to put a song together.
So your mom helps you write some of your songs?
No, she doesn't. I'll just send them to her to get her opinion,
Oh, I was going to say, you're going to have to put a credit on there for her. She's going to have to get a royalty on that.
No.
Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. You pass it by your mom, see what she thinks and stuff. If you get mom's approval, that's always good, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you draw inspiration from your lyrics?
Yeah, real life experience. That's where all of it comes from. I'm not a dreamer. I'm a realist. So if it's really hard for me to write about something that I haven't experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Like my next song that I'm going to release is titled Jesus Made an Outlaw.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my wife's brother passed away in a motorcycle accident last month. And she asked me to write a song about him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm really excited about this song. It's a little outlawish. So I'm more excited about it than I am these first two releases.
Mm-hmm. Now, with the few singles that you've put out already and this new one coming up soon, do you plan on releasing a full-length album? And if so, when can we expect it?
Yeah, I do. Sometime in March or April of 24.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so early in 24. I've got one more song to go back and cut in the studio, and the album will be complete, and we'll probably release that Jesus Made an Outlaw sometime after the first of the year in mid to late January.
Do you plan on releasing any music videos for any of the singles?
I don't know about any music videos really, but we've already got a lyric video completed, and I've approved it for When the Devil Took Me. And it's pretty I think people will, they're going to have to watch it twice because it doesn't really follow the storyline, but it captures the meaning of the song, really, to me.
Do readers or listeners take away different things from your songs than you originally intended?
I don't think so. Most everybody gets the lyrics because they're pretty simple and easy to understand. And if they know me, and not really, I don't think a lot of people really know me, but I just try to relate my lyrics and hope that people can relate. I try to write lyrics so that people can relate to it.
Mm-hmm.
And, if they do have a different meaning, I'd love to hear it. if they have a different take on it.
Yeah, I hear stories all the time from, different bands or artists that say, yeah, sometimes people think the song is about something totally, different than what I intended it to be. But he's like, that's okay too,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, everything's open for interpretation. Now, do you have any shows coming up that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I don't right now. I'm actually leaving this weekend, going to Wisconsin. I'll go up there every year for my bow hunting trip for whitetail deer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the Indie Country Showdown in Nashville at the Ray Stevens Cabaret on February 1st. So I'll be a contestant in that. And then the finale, if I get chosen as the winner in round one, will be February 22nd.
Very cool. Now, you've performed in quite a few different places. Do you have a favorite venue that you've played at that you really enjoyed?
Yeah, I guess really a place called Boopaloo's in Springfield, Louisiana would be one of my top places I like to play at. It's right on the Tickfall River, and you can sit there and play right on the river's edge, and good food, good people, just a good time down there.
Nice. Now, do you have a website that you'd like to promote?
Yeah, it's CoreyDavisCountry.com. It's I think right now When the Devil Took Me is the biggest portion of it, but you can read about me. Just click on the menu button and it'll tell you pretty much my background and who I am, what I believe, and
Mm-hmm.
where.
And your shows will be up there too, right?
Oh yeah. My shows will be posted, and also on Facebook and Instagram at Corey Davis Country.
Nice. Now, is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about today?
Yeah, I just appreciate all the support that I've been given. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm 45. Been chasing this for a long time, and the door finally opened last October when I met Miss Precious Harris. My son-in-law surprised me. He was writing a book with Miss Precious's husband,
Mm-hmm.
and he went to their office there on Music Row and said he was going to do some edits on his book. And during that, Miss Precious was in there with us, and he said, Corey's got a pretty good song that I think you would like to hear. So I got my phone out. I had played it on my guitar in my gym, and she said, "Oh no, honey, go grab that guitar off the songwriter's wall."
Nice.
So instantly, I got nervous.
Of course.
I'd had no idea who I was talking to, but I knew I was on Music Row, so I went and got the guitar and played it for her. And so it's been Katie bar the door ever since. She said, "You need to be here, and I'm here to help you." So it's been a whirlwind. I've got 5 songs recorded already in the studio and enjoyed every minute of it.
That's awesome. That's a great story, actually. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing how things just fall into your lap, right?
It is. I mean, people have told me for years you need to be in Nashville. You know, I gave another label. I gave a label a listen to my song, and they're like, "Well, it's a good song, but we don't have room for another male artist right now."
Wow.
Which was a blessing in disguise.
Things happen for a reason.
That's right. So after that, it's just been. I met her, Miss Precious, and been wide open ever since.
That's awesome. Well, Corey, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. I really dig these songs that I've heard so far, and I want to wish you the best of luck with the album when it comes out.
Well, Jim, I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time to listen, and I hope everybody that gets to listen can take something away from it positive. I tell people all the time I wouldn't be here because I didn't always have my priorities in line, but thanks to my wife, now that I do.
That's awesome.
God, family, country, and fun. That's the priorities that I live by, and that's what got me to where I'm at. So
that sounds like a good plan.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Well, like I said, brother, I want to wish you the best of luck with everything, and you're welcome to come back on the show when that album comes out, and we could talk about it a little bit further, all right?
Well, I appreciate it, Jim. You just let me know, and I'll be glad to, and wish you all the best, and God bless America, buddy.
All right, you have a good one, all right, buddy?
Thank you. Thank you, Jim.
All right, you take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Raised up down in the Southland, where beer and the Bible run deep. Raising hell, shooting stars, and working way too cheap. Mama and Daddy tried to teach me everything I'd need, but somehow they both knew that beer and the Bible make me. Yeah, I raise my glass, take a swig, thank God I live free. Read the good book every day and fall out on my knees. One's for the devil, one's for the Lord, and I'm somewhere in between. Yeah, I'm one hell of a recipe, 'cause beer and the Bible made me. Well, I go to church on Sunday, but I sit in the back row pew, trying to hide from that preacher man, 'cause last night I had a few. Well, I keep a Yeti in the back of my truck and a Bible in my front seat. Thank God I'm a country boy, beer and the Bible made me. Yeah, I raise my glass, take a swig, thank God I live free. Read the good book every day and fall down on my knees. One's for the devil, one's for the Lord, and I'm somewhere in between. Yeah, I'm one hell of a recipe, 'cause beer and the Bible made me. That loves beer and divinity. I know there's a lot of y'all that was raised just like me. Yeah, I raise my glass, take a swig, thank God I live free. Read the good book every day and fall down on my knees. One's for the devil, one's for the Lord, and I'm somewhere in between. Yeah, I'm one hell of a recipe, 'cause beer and the Bible made me. Hell, I'm one hell of a recipe, 'cause beer and the Bible made me. Yeah.
Machine Show is a weekly radio podcast produced by Jimmy Howell Productions. All rights reserved. For information regarding distribution or adding this podcast to your website, please visit our contact page at therecordmachineshow.com to submit your request. Thanks for listening. See you next time on The Record Machine Show.
The Record Machine Show.